Start recording in 3, 2, 1. Hello, brothers, sisters, boys, and girls, my beloved Elena. It's me, Kime Kindred here. How can I put this? Elena said I should do a video on this and speak my mind, but I don't know how much it's actually going to work, really, because I'm just a small YouTube channel. Like I said, I'm not trying to become famous on YouTube. I mean, it's a hobby, really. Like I said, I've mentioned it several times when I do a live stream or a video I make. It's just, I want to be a full-time writer. Well, it's hard getting out there, but I just don't understand. Well, I mean, I sort of understand somewhat because it feels like people can sugarcoat it all they want, but the day and age we live in, it's kind of destroying everything, like destroying my chances. Like it's upsetting. It's really upsetting. Like I don't know how to phrase this really. Like I know I'm a small time channel. I don't know if my voice is going to be heard. I'm trying, but I don't know how much weight it's going to hold really. Like I'm a nice person. Like I get along with everybody as much as I can. Even people that are like angry or rude or something like that to me, I try to just play it off as maybe they're having a bad day or something like that. But I just try to treat everybody as I want to be treated equally and cared about. Love your neighbor as you love yourself type of biz. But I don't know. It's just been a long road. It's not pleasant really. It's just you already know I struggle with depression. I try to keep my mind on things. Elena tries to help me keep things going. I and my family there too. Besides all that, the main points I'm trying to get to is I'm trying to get a book published, or one of them really. I got so many underneath my belt. And funny, like I've been writing for years. I started writing back in, I want to say 2000 really. I think ninth grade, back when I was going to La Plata High School. I started writing and found that I had a knack for it, and found that it was nice, enjoyable, it was passion, it was calming, that I could kind of detach myself from the human race and the world around me, because it's very, very stressful nowadays. I'm an introvert, I guess is the term you use when you don't really want to be around large crowds of people. Family's fine, Elena's fine, but I get really nervous. At even a buffet, really, it's hard to go up to the table and get yourself food because you're nervous around so many people. But getting back, I'm sorry to keep going off topic. Getting back to the writing part, it's like I've written so much since then. It's a passion of mine, and I would like to have my books out there, not just one, but it's like these. I'm struggling to get a literary agent to contact me. Every single one I've written, probably over 80, we're reaching like over 100 now with Elena's help, just keep denying me. And it's like they're not even, I don't even think they're even reading it, which is the truth. I really seriously doubt that, because every time we get a rejection letter from them, it just feels automated, like, oh, I took the time to write you myself, which kind of feels like a lie, or it could be a lie truly. Don't know. It ain't like I'm in front of the person to be able to see their body language to understand if they're lying to me or not. But it's the times nowadays. It's very upsetting, because it's like, I find something I'm good at, but yet I can't seem to make nothing of myself with it. Like my writing, my drawing, my painting, telling stories. My art blog and story blog have been up for years. I started my story blog back in 2013, and it's still going today. And just I've been trying to see if somebody would pick me up, but just it's rejection after rejection, and it's upsetting because, again, I keep saying it at the times today. It's the truth, because everything's woke. It's either transgender. I don't knock those people. I don't. But to me, it's upsetting how it's impacting my life when I'm trying to become something. Like G.K. Rowling, she was poor, she was homeless, she had a child, and she was writing on napkins to take and, write the Harry Potter stories. And then she, you know, God blessed her with an opportunity to take and make something of herself. I've been praying to God a lot, over the years or more, just trying to help me figure out what it is I'm supposed to be doing in this life. And I'm kind of, or not kind of, I'm losing faith because it's like I try, like I said, I try to be kind. I try not disrespect nobody. I try to stay in my lane, be kind, be respectful. You know, I don't care if you're gay, if you're bi, if you're transgender. It's okay. I have gay friends. They're wonderful people to be around. I usually talk to them if I need advice about something. And you know, either talking about Elena or other type of just in general talk to anybody really. But relationships I usually talk to them about too, or I even ask them how they're doing. It's give or take situation. You give, you take. The same thing with them. They give, they take, that type of thing. It's same thing with everybody. But it's just in how can I put this other type of subject I should say. There's a where I work at. I'm not going to mention it because they're monitoring every freaking thing. I don't understand how they even know about my Facebook and all this other stuff, but I'm not going to mention them. But where I work at, which is in retail, that would narrow down probably what you would think where I work. But I walk down the aisles and it's like I see people's books on the shelves and it's like I wish I could get that far to have my book in a store, to be able to make something of myself. Because like I said, I'm not just thinking about myself. I want to make something of myself. I want to have my goal come true, my dream come true. I want to be blessed with a miracle to be able to be a full-time writer, even do illustrations inside my book as well. Like I would even go the route of even making a children's story if I knew full-heartedly in my heart that it would get out there. But just the way these literary agents keep bashing me and they're not willing to take and read any of my book, which I don't understand why they're not willing to take and read it, and it's upsetting. And I've seen some YouTube videos. I've had some friends online tell me, but it's upsetting because it's like I'm a straight guy, and it seems like that's kind of playing into the fact that they don't want straight guys in that industry, which is horrible. It feels kind of racist. I'm gonna throw it out there. Like I said, I don't judge nobody, but to me that feels racist towards me. You shouldn't judge me if I'm straight, gay, transgender, whatever. Just allow me to be able to work out there like the rest of everybody else. It doesn't matter the color of skin or whatever. Like I said, I don't know how to phrase all this. I'm trying my best here, but it's upsetting because it's like the only people that want to help me are the publishing companies that want to make money off of me. They want $3,000. They're saying they're going to get in stores, but it's usually just a scam just to get money out of your pocket. The only thing they focus on is e-reader type stuff or Barnes and Noble type e-reader book stuff. And to me that's upsetting because I've gone that route with Amazon, and if my book was $19, they get more of a percentage than I do. So I would probably only get maybe $3 to $8 off of what I sold, where they would get a bigger margin of it and I wouldn't get nothing. It would be the same thing with any other company. So self-publishing, I've gone that route with my very first book a long, long time ago, which is The Last Guardian by Franklin Casey, which is me. And I've even looked on there. I look on there every once in a while. I'm gonna say once or twice a year. I look on there, and it gets harder and harder to find my book because it's like they don't want my book to be out there. It feels like they don't want me to get known because they're pushing my stuff to the side and pushing everybody else's e-reader books out there, which is not fair. It's not. It's really not. It's not. It's upsetting. And these companies are trying to make money off of you, but they don't want to help you with anything. They're like, oh, well, we'll do 3,000. If you pay us 3,000, we'll do this, this, and this. And I'm like, well, if you're talking about spelling, grammar, I already got you covered. Talking about reading it again, make sure everything's spelled correctly, got it covered. I got mom and Elena, my sister. If parts need to be worked on, hell, I got my family for that. Or it's me that's reading it and doing the typing up. Designing the cover, I got that covered. So to me, what am I paying you for? Just to put it on an e-writer and you're not getting me nowhere, or I'm not even guaranteed that you're getting me anywhere. Like I said, it's those companies, they don't help you, but the literary agents don't help you either. It's like, I don't understand it. Every time they write back, they're saying the same exact thing, and it feels automated. It does not feel genuine. And this goes to every literary agent out there. If you're a literary agent that wants to help me out, I'm here. Please help me out. I wouldn't mind working with you to get my book out there. But it's just the same thing. Your genre is not out there yet, or not known yet. What you write about, people are not interested in yet. Um, or they'll go, "Oh, I write horror, but I'm not interested in taking it in your project." But you write horror. You categorize in horror. So what are you looking for? If you're not doing my type of horror book, then you need to be a little more specific on what type of horror you're looking for. Because it ain't just thriller, horror, adventure, romance, um, history, biographies. There's different types within those actual sections. So you need to be a little more specific with what you're looking for, or you need to be a little more like um, honest is the word I'm looking for, because you're not. It just feels like it's just a slap in the face, and it's like they copy and paste what other people have said, other literary agents have said, because there are so many on there that it's word for word the same exact thing. So it's automated. They're not reading your stuff, and it's upsetting. Like, it's very upsetting. I mean, you could prove me wrong, go ahead, but to me, I just feel like you're not reading my stuff. It really doesn't. It's the same. It's not fair. Like I said, I'm trying my best to word this correctly, but I don't know. I really don't know. Like I said, I don't. I'm just a struggling writer. Really, I can't even call myself an author. I've done the hard work. I've written the book. You haven't had to do anything except just try to put it out there. Like, I don't see how that would be a hard problem. But my book, The Red Scarlet Violin, it is about a gentleman that has the ability to see the moments before the person died. He's trying to take and solve a murder that's been going on, but at the same time, he lost somebody that he loved dearly, the woman from childhood he grew up with, and he wanted to be with her, but he got stuck into a relationship with a nasty woman that took and that said even if he divorced her, she would ruin his life. And she sleeps around with people, but he doesn't sleep with her at all. He doesn't. He just stays mostly up at his work and sleeps in his office. But then one day he finally gets to see the girl from his childhood again, and him and her start spending time together. And some things happen. Don't want to go into too much detail, giving it away. But he receives a gift that he gave her. Basically, after she passes away, he receives the book that he gave her for her birthday a long time ago. And within the book is a folklore story I made up about it, the Blood Bride, I call it, where she goes after people that have been wronged, and he starts seeing these string of murders happen, and he feels like he brought this thing into the world, so he's fighting to try to stop this thing before the next person's killed, or the next girl's killed by this creature. And it's, like I said, it's, I try to keep it mysterious, so people can take and read it and try to figure out the ending to it, because there is a bit of a twist at the end. Like, I mean, I just want to get out there and be able to have my books, because that ain't the only book I have. I have the Hotel Bellhop, The Last Stop. I have the White Rabbit book I'm going to be working on later, which is a brand new project in the wings. I have a story I'm about to finish now called Above. That's a horror book. I have the Lighthouse. I think I call it the Lighthouse Abyss, which is kind of my take on a Eldritch horror type book. Like, I wanted to try to write my own book without copying off of H.P. Lovecraft and Chambers that wrote The King in Yellow, that type of thing. Elena helped me with that story too. It was really fascinating to take and write that story, to be able to, it was so much fun writing it. Even this Above book I'm writing now has been so much fun writing it. But again, trying to get out there, it's just, I really don't know what else to say in this. Like, I'm upset, but I'm not yelling and screaming. I wish I could, but to me, the energy for that is just kind of wasted. When I'm upset about something, it's more of kind of quiet, composed, and speak it like I'm doing now, which I'm trying to find the words because, like I said, I've never done nothing like this. Because I kind of put it off, but at the same time, it's like, is it going to do anything with doing all this talking? Or am I just going to get looked over? Because, I know people watch my videos, but I don't know how much time they watch. And usually, when I do find how much they watch, it's only maybe like a minute or two. It ain't really much. But like I said, I'm not trying to become a famous YouTuber. I want to be a full time writer. That's my passion. That's my goal. I want to be like, I guess you could say the big wigs. Like, Stephen King kind of goes gory. I try to go a different route of psychological, trying to make people more afraid of certain things instead of being gory, like how Stephen King does it. But I'm not just horror books. The Last Guardian was an adventure romance novel. I've written romance stories before, like The Crying Banshee, or I think I called it The Lonely Banshee. That was a romance story I dedicated to Elena. There's also another book I need to finish called The Abyss Violin, which is I don't really want to speak that one online, but or on this video. But let's just say that gentleman he's going through college, and he's in love with this girl that was basically a friend of his as he was going to college. He was saving up a bunch of money to propose to her, and basically work at it to make the relationship work and marry her in the end. But he ends up having an accident where he ends up losing his arm, and she ends up dumping him, but he just kind of lets her go because she was seeing somebody else. So he just lets her go to take and be with that guy she's been seeing behind his back, but he didn't know about it. But he was just trying to let her be happy if that's what makes her happy. But she wanted him to try to yell at her and all this other stuff, but he was like, I'm not like that. So as she goes away, he's lost, basically he's kind of lost the well, he wanted to be a famous violinist, I remember. It's been a while since I've working on that project, but since he lost his arm, it's like he kind of lost sight of his dream because he couldn't have it. But he ends up getting a second chance to actually have an arm, but he had to take and make a contract with a demon lord in the demon realm to take care of his daughter like a bodyguard, but he was given the means to take care of her. Again, I'll go into a little bit more of that when the book's actually out there, but I really don't know what else to say. I got so many books underneath my belt, it ain't funny, and plus I got so many projects written down I want to do, but I'm losing sight of trying to commit because nobody's out there willing to help me. It's like, how can I put it? It's like taking steps forward. I'm trying to think of an analogy. It's like taking steps forward, but you can't take steps forward because there is a wall in front of you. So each time you're just walking in place, just touching the wall basically, and you can't move forward because, like I said, writing is my passion. I don't want to stop writing, but with nobody willing to help me out there because it seems like they want more smut books. That was one part I forgot to say. The place I work at in retail, they have smut books in the aisle, which it's like there's so much of it. It's terrible. Target has it. Barnes & Noble is better because they got a little more variety, but it just seems like Target and the place I work at have nothing but more of that genre of sex this, sex that, sex this, sex that. I write romance stories. I'm a guy, yes. I write romance stories. I do a little bit of the love, but I don't do it every single chapter. I don't do that. I write how the relationship, how the man and the guy meet, how it takes and elevates, how they take and yearn for each other, but they don't really want to commit because they're scared. Or they commit, but they're being gentle about it, taking the necessary precaution because when you build it up, it means more. Some of these books, I've read the backs, I've read the insides, I've even skipped to a couple pages. they just go they go way way too deep to the point where you could say vulgar, but I guess if that's the genre the person's writing it, which I guess it would be a female writing that. If it was a guy, hey, kudos for the way you write it. You're being polite the way you're writing it, even though you're going really deep within every little nook and cranny of the details. But just, it's upsetting that it's like I'm trying to get out there, but you have a lot of the smut. There was a book a while back I was going to buy, but then it was like an ogre, I guess, owning a bar or something like that. And I was like, oh, this looks cool. This looks like entertaining. Elena sent it to me, and before I bought it, or I mean, I was going to buy it, I researched it and found out that it was kind of located towards the LGBT type thing, or LGQBT, however you pronounce it, the gay people, basically. Sorry. Um, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm probably gonna stay away from this because that's their genre. The ogre girl in the front or orc girl in the front looked cute. Just I was like, oh, okay, so I'll leave that alone. Like I said, I don't have nothing against them. They can have that. Like I just don't understand how come I can't get out there. It feels very. It's not even one sided. It just feels like I'm not given no steps at all. Like I'm a straight guy, and it's like I'm not allowed to be out there. But yet, if I was to be out there, I can only be as an e-reader book, and I don't want that because to me, I'm not gonna be able to make a life off of it. I'm not gonna be able to help my family. I'm not gonna be able to help myself and me and Elena be together, or even own a house or anything because where I work at now, I'm not getting paid enough. I'm only getting paid $15 an hour, and I've been there 18 years. It ain't worth, and I can't go nowhere else because nobody else is hiring, and it's upsetting. It's like I just wish I could get a moment of somebody's time that's willing to help me make something of myself. But it just feels like they're not willing. It's just like they keep sending the automated messages. Your genre is not known yet, or um, that's not what I'm looking for, or you know, we can't take you on at this time because we have so many other people that we read manuscripts of or look at manuscripts of or submission letters, blah blah blah. This and it's like it's all like I said. It could be two different people, but the email that comes back to me that's a rejection letter could be word for word, same exact crap. Like it's it's really really horrible. It's just I don't know how else to phrase this. I really don't. Like I'm not really struggling, just trying to have faith, but it's really hard to have faith nowadays with the way this world is. I'm so tired. You know, I don't know. Like some of the sayings out there they should change, like where they're like, oh, one door closes means another one opens. Not nowadays. Most of the doors are closed and they're never going to be open because they're just, I don't know. There's so many people out there writing, I guess, and I can't get into that genre because I've gone so many places. I've emailed so many people. Elena's helped me email so many people. I've even talked to people on Facebook, and it's the same thing. Nobody's willing to help me, and it's just like I don't understand what to do. It's just, and I don't want to take and go to a self-publishing company because they're not willing to help me because all they want to do is make money off of me, and that I don't have the money. I don't have the money. I could barely have $100 in my after my paycheck because all the fucking bills I have to pay, and most of that either goes in the gas and maybe sodas to get me through the week, or maybe get a pizza, but that's only for like maybe 2 days, and that's it. Most of my money's gone. Like I said, $15 an hour, and been working at a place for 18 years. It don't stretch. It don't go nowhere. It doesn't. It's worthless. It's absolutely worthless. And I wish something would come through for me. It's really upsetting. Like I don't know what else to say in this video. I really don't. And I'm probably gonna get bashed by all these companies. Are like, well, you didn't so and so this, or you didn't so and so that, or we tried to help you, but no, you didn't. You didn't try to help me at all. And you're like I said, I'm probably gonna get bashed, but it's upsetting that they're going more towards different genres. Like I said, either be trans, gay, um, binary, I guess would be another term. Um, Too much sex, like the Game of Thrones crap and the um, Vampire Diaries. Just there's more to a story. It's besides just doing the sex thing. I mean, come on now. There's better ways to write stories. Like I understand, yes, you can have the male and the female have an intimate relationship, or male and male, or girl and girl have an intimate relationship, but write a better story than just them doing it over and over every single chapter, either it be on the bed, the couch, the backyard, or in the car, or in the woods, or in the bedroom, or at the park, and all this other crap. It's like, or the castle, like in Game of Thrones, or in the back of a wagon, or in the uh the dungeon, or all this other crap, or the bar with the vampire people type thing, or the mansion and all this. It's like, okay, enough. Let's kind of move the story along here. If you're just gonna have it where the girl can't debate who she wants to be with because she's boning both, excuse me, have making love to both guys, stop, please, because it gets annoying. It gets annoying. It's just, or not annoying. It's just it doesn't go nowhere. It's like I couldn't even get into Game of Thrones because of two things. There was too much of the sex thing, which more towards the end. But the first season, they killed off most of the people I cared about that I liked, so it was hard for me to even stay through towards the end. Like Brianna Tarth, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, the Night Girl. I really liked her, but it wasn't enough to stay in the story to watch it. And I hate how she fell in love with the guy that lost his hand that was having sex with his sister in the beginning of his first season. To me, there should have been no redemption for him. And Jon Snow was a dick. I didn't like Jon Snow because he was just a wuss, but everybody liked him because he was sexy and beautiful and hot. That does not make a story. He's a terrible fighter. Like I said, he's a terrible fighter. And the little I don't remember the girl's name, but the one became an assassin that used like stuff to become other people and everything else because she became an assassin. Like I said, those were the only two, but they weren't enough to get me to stay in the series. I like Sean Bean. I wanted to see him kind of be up the whole series, but then they killed him off, and I was like, okay, I've lost faith. So I was trying to stay on until everybody else died off, and I'm like, oh man, this is horrible. And then they just kept doing sex and sex and sex and sex, and it's like, geez, like absolutely horrible. Let's put it this way. Braveheart was an amazing, amazing movie. I'm pretty sure the book was amazing, which I'll have to look into and try to read. Aragon was amazing as well. Dungeons and Dragons, I'm pretty sure they got storybooks too as well. I would love to read. You got 40k Warhammer stories, which is amazing. I bought one of the Great Wolf. I'm going to be reading soon, which is the omnibus. And then there's the Battle Sisters one. I'm trying to get my hands on, which is absolutely outrageous. But I want to read that. But there's more that stories than just sex. It's, you have to build it correctly, but also talk about venturing off to different lands, or describe the places that are in your book a little bit better, just, to get your mind off of things. But like I said, I'm saying all this, but I don't know if I'm saying anything correctly. Like I said, I got so many books under my belt: romance, adventure, horror books, thriller books. My first detective book was the Red Scarlet Violin. I'm trying to get out there. Like I said, I feel like the Red Scarlet Violin would do well because it's pointed towards females, but it's like, the way I kind of directed it is the main character, Niall, wanted to take and protect the girl that was from his childhood because he loved her. He wanted to be the man in her life, but he was kind of broken down so much from the stuff that the other girl did to him that she was the one that kind of had to step up and kind of save him. But she ended up getting taken away from him, basically. But like I said, there's more to it than that. But like I said, I'm trying to give nothing away, but just there's more to the book, and people would like it if they were willing to give me a chance. Even the Hotel Bellhop, which is an amazing book, that's a horror book, not a detective book, but a horror book. And the one that's Eldridge Gods type one that I wrote, that's about the lighthouse, which is an amazing book. And I kind of did like a steampunkish type thing with that, where it takes place in London. Um, the Lonely Banshee, not the Crying Banshee, the Lonely Banshee was taking place in Ireland, which I thought would be cool. I have the one called Folklore Manor, which is a romance book that takes place in Ireland too. Um, Above takes place in Arizona, and the Red Scarlet Violet takes place in London too. So, like I said, I kind of hit those areas because they're beautiful places, beautiful places. But I just, and Arizona is pretty cool. I mean, even though you like deserts or something like that, but I'm pretty sure they got other places there. But it's just, it's hard to get out there because nobody's willing to give me a shot, and I don't know what else to say in this video. I really don't. Like, I'm really at a loss for words. Like I said, again, if you lasted to this point, I'm not bashing nobody that's of different sex or binary or gay or uh, le- uh, lesbian or trans. I'm not bashing y'all. I would like to get out there like the rest of y'all and have my book in stores to make something of myself. Y'all have books out there that are in your genre. I would like to have my book out there to see if y'all might like my genre too. You know, either you be straight, gay, again with the whole roster of everything I just mentioned. It's just I don't understand why these literary agents are not willing to help me. Like your literary agent, all you need to do is read the book, then try to take and get it out there. Like honestly, please read it. If you're not willing to take in, if the book doesn't come up to what you're looking for, then yes, I would understand. Then I'll step away, leave you be. But if you would read it and see that there's potential or more than that, please help me get it out there in the world because I want to be something. Like I want to be a full-time writer, but I don't know. I'm just going through this life and I can't even get off the starting line. That's that upsetting. Like my friends have gone off and they've either gotten married, had children, or they've gotten good jobs. Might not be the best job, but at least they got a good job. Got a house. You know, they're living a decent life. They might be single. They might be married. But my friends have gone off and they've made something of themselves. I'm trying to make something of myself, but I don't know what to be in this life. I really don't. Kind of bring it back to me just a tad bit. When I was going to school and everything, even though nobody really likes school, but I was trying to bear with it. They just do day by day by day just to get the hell out of there because I didn't like it. But I kept getting teachers asking me, "What do you want to be? What do you want to be when you grow up?" I didn't know. I didn't know. I don't feel no gravitational pull towards anything. Like I'm 38 years old now. I don't know what to be in this life. I don't know. My mom and dad were like, "Well, you need to look on the computer and find something." How am I going to look on the computer and find something when clearly I don't know what I'm supposed to be in this life and the window of opportunity seems to be gone? Like I feel like it is truly gone. Like of whatever I was supposed to be, really. I don't know. Like I said, I don't see no doors that are opening to me. I had an interview last week. I felt like it went good, but I feel like that they're not going to call me because it's by law they have to give an interview for the outside people when they already have people that are going to be moving into that position. So I don't know what else to do in this life. I really don't know. Like I am been drawing a blank for since I've been 25 maybe, or maybe even longer than that, even younger than that maybe. I don't know. Don't know what I was ever going to be. It's like okay, I wanted to get out of school so I could start making money so I could like, you know, start providing for me and my family, trying to help out around the house and everything else or helping with bills or something like that. But it's just now since I'm out here making money, it's like I don't really feel like that's what I'm supposed to be doing for the rest of my life is retail, and I don't want to be in retail for the rest of my life because there's a backstory to that I can't give because of people like them, you know, following you and making sure you're not talking bad about that company. But I really don't know what else to do. I'm sorry for chambering on for so long for 35 minutes. Like I said, This video has been all over the place. I really don't know what else to even talk about, or even if I was talking about what I wanted to get through to people. I just wish the literary agents would get in touch with me, help me out, stop sending automated rejection letters. Like, seriously, sit down, read my book, help me to get it out there. Have a heart, be honest, please. Because I don't know what else to do, and I really don't want to give up on my dream, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm writing still, but I'm getting to the point where it's like it's no longer a passion anymore, because it's like nobody's ever going to read it, because it's only going to be either my mom or Elena that read it, or my sister, and that's it, or me, because I'm the one typing it up or just looking over it. But that seems to be it. It's like nobody's ever going to read it because nobody's willing to help me get it out there. It's like I have a story blog with like 150, or it might be 149, because I think there's like 200 that ain't written of short stories, but I don't even know if people on there like what I wrote, because I don't really get no feedback. So it's like I don't know if to just stumbled across my website and was like, oh, okay, this is not the right place, so they just click out of it. Same thing with my art. I have an art blog on there with all my like drawings, which I have like 601 on there, but again, I don't know if people are looking at it because they find my art fascinating, or if they just clicked on it by accident. It doesn't really give you that option to filter out what it is. So all right, I'm gonna end it there because I don't really know what else to say. I wish somebody out there would have a heart, be honest, and help me get it out there. If there's any literary agents out there, please help me accomplish my dream. Help me, please. I've been even asking God to bless me, and I don't hear nothing. Like, I don't know what else to do in this life. I don't know what else to do, because I'm tired of going on and on and on and on, and I'm not getting nowhere. Like, I'm really clueless. I'm not blind or anything. It's just nothing's popped up that's like, hey, I should be doing this for the rest of my life, or but I mean, I like writing. I'm hoping that I can become a full-time writer. That would be something I would like to do for the rest of my life, but I don't know. And it's like, I'm not unsure of what I want to be, but I don't know what to be. Some people, when they're born and they get out of age, they feel a pull towards something and they start doing that, even if it's only for a little bit, and they find something else that they'd rather be doing. Me, on the other hand, I have never had a pull towards anything. Like, I wanna say it's my writing and my art, my painting and everything, but nobody's willing to help me get a job, being a full-time writer, or picking me up to be an illustrator or anything. Like, it's just, I don't know. Nobody talks to me. Nobody. Like, I have my art all over X, which it used to be Twitter. It's on Facebook. My stories are on Facebook. My stories are on X, which used to be Twitter. I write on my YouTube page that has the links to those two websites. You think after writing for so long, somebody would have gotten in touch with me, but nothing. Nothing through my emails at all. The one through Comcast or one through Google. Nothing. Anyway, let me stop it here. So, all right, everybody. If you watch this, thank you so much for supporting me, and I'll see you in the next video. Check the channel description for a link to Elena's channel, a link to my art blog and story blog, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. This is Kindred signing off. Bye bye.